Hey everybody, it's Stephen Ramsden coming to you again live from Atlanta, GA, and we are going to look at the sun through a Coronado 90mm double stack scope. And I'm going to get right to it, so here we go. What we've got here is November 27th, 1:20 p.m. here in downtown Atlanta, Georgia. The sun is a little bit past zenith, and it's got some great features. I've already tuned everything and tuned the etalons and focused it. Hopefully it's looking good. Over here, we've got a very large filament that is going all around here. Got a little sunspot up here with an active region around it. This is another filament, you could say. It was really just a cloud of plasma that's a little bit above the surface, so it looks a little bit cooler. The darker temperature indicates cooler temperature. Here we've got what looks to be a American crow sitting on the sun. I'm kidding. It's a filament or a cloud of gas shaped like an American crow. A couple more filaments. And if I adjust the camera this way, you see the surface features best. And notice this rippling effect over here on this filament. This is a really disturbed region on the sun. Magnetic fields are really having a turmoil over here. This should be on the edge of the sun in 2 more days on the limb, and you should be able to see it pretty good. I'm excited to see that. The sun rotates, of course, from left to right in this view. It takes about 27 days to rotate at the equator. So let me switch over to a view to look at prominences. There aren't many today, but this increased gamma will show you not only the prominence layer, if there are any, but also the spicules around the limb of the sun. You're looking edge on into the region of spicules, which are little shoots of plasma that are constantly shooting off the sun, maybe 10,000, 5,000 kilometers high. So there's the spicule region. Here's a little prominence. There's a couple of small prominences, and that's what we get. So I'm going to run a video of it here and mute the mic for a couple of seconds. And with this Astro IIDC software, I can do some cool stuff. Even while it's imaging, I can change it to show a false color, which looks a lot cooler to the kids. Red would be, of course, the color to choose for H alpha, but as you can see, it looks terrible. You can barely see anything. So sometimes I'll use more of an orange color, maybe even a yellow color, something along those lines. Let's try tangerine, see what it looks like. See, tangerine just looks cooler because you can see the features still. And changing this false color preview in Astro IIDC does not have anything to do with the images that are being recorded. It always records in monochrome. Unfortunately, Milton quit making this software for sale several years ago, but some of us bought the rights to it. Best software ever written for astronomy. Very simple capture software along with stacking software. But nobody would buy it, so he went out of business. So if you're looking for Astro IIDC on the internet, you're out of luck. I apologize for that, but we do use it in our outreach program. I'm going to go ahead and share some links on Facebook to let people know I'm doing the broadcast. These broadcasts rarely get any visitors, but they seem to do well afterwards. People like to watch them at their leisure. So. I hate when people send me stupid stuff on Facebook that wastes my time. Well, I have to go block all these people. I don't want to change it back to monochrome just because I think it looks better. And let's go down on the gamma some so you can see the actual surface features. All right. There we go. We'll just enjoy this view for a while. This is an absolutely fantastic view through the Coronado 90mm double static scope. The flagship H-alpha scope out there. And it's a great view. Beautiful surface features, nice even illumination. A fantastic scope. Meade.com is the place to get these, and I strongly recommend them. It's what we use in the Charlie Bates Solar Astronomy Project, and they are a sponsor of our program. I'd like to dedicate today's viewing to Milton Fernandez in Costa Rica, who passed away this morning. He was a lifelong supporter of science, astronomy, outreach for everyone, kids, adults, everybody, anybody who'd listen. He treated me like a king when I was there, and had a great observatory down in Costa Rica where astronomy is very rare. And Milton passed away this morning, so we're all going to miss Milton. But you can see him in the sky every night when you look up. One of those stars is looking back at you, and that's probably old Milton. So let me take another imaging run of this and give you a few facts. The sun is on average about 93 million miles away from the Earth. It is 875,000 miles in diameter. It is made of 74% hydrogen plasma, about 24.5% helium plasma, and about 0.5% trace elements. Everything on the periodic table, all the way up through uranium, every naturally occurring element is present in the sun's atmosphere. So you can get some great spectral lines from the sun. It rotates every 27 days at the equator and every 24 days at the poles because it's not solid. It's a plasma. So every portion of the sun rotates at a slightly different speed. And this causes magnetic fields to become entangled and causes active regions and flares and things like that. Okay, that's the second time I've spilled my drink. Let me mute the microphone here and you guys enjoy for a little bit. Okay, I'm going to let this run for a little bit, and then we're going to switch over to calcium K. I'm trying out a new Skywatcher 120mm Pro ED scope with the calcium K module, and I don't know if it's going to reach focus or not. So we'll give that a try here in just a second, right after this image runs over. Yep. I'm doing a live broadcast right now. Okay. Yeah, that was my wife. Let me mute this real quick. All right, so I'm going to switch over to the calcium K module real quick, so everybody stand by. Well, I may not be able to be focused, but we'll give it a shot. Nope. No can focus there, so let me swap over to the white light module, and we'll get going. And that won't focus either. So, back to H alpha. saw with the Skywatcher Pro 120 ED, the white light wedge from Meade will not focus with the camera, and the calcium K lunt module also will not focus. None of that fin focus. So we'll go back over here to H alpha and see if we can get something going there. Sorry about that, but you have to try things out to see if they work, you know what I mean? So let's take a flat frame while it's still unfocused. There's our flat frame. And now let's focus. I put a 2.5 Teleview PowerMate in here with it. And we're going to see what that looks like. And this is with the Coronado 90mm double stacked 2.5X Teleview PowerMate. So here we go. And it looks awesome, of course. Let's see what kind of features we can get. All right. So this is that cool active region. I say cool, I mean cool like as in the fonts, not cool as in temperature, because it's definitely not very cool. Just bear with me while I set the exposure. All right. And we're getting a fantastic image here with this Coronado double stack 90 scope. A Teleview PowerMate. Boy, look at those prominences and the spicules on the edge. That is a fantastic image. Oh, and there went an airplane. Okay, good. So we'll come in here and take some images real quick. There we go. I might be able to focus it a little better. I'm going to try that. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. That's a really beautiful image. And but there might even be a little flaring activity right here around this sunspot. A little bit of Newton's rings from the PowerMate, but not too bad. The flat frame got rid of a lot of that. So let's take an image. I'm going to mute the mic. And what we're looking at here is A beautiful heart-shaped sunspot, which means it's probably splitting into a little bit of active region around it. Possible small, maybe C or B flare here. Beautiful filament wrapping around a large quadrant of the sun. Spicule layers right here. A couple of prominences. And that movement, people always ask me, is that the sun, burning and pulsating? No, it's our atmosphere that's causing that movement. That's the heat and water vapor in the Earth's atmosphere moving around. And the telescope and camera are registering that. So sorry we couldn't look at the calcium K or the white light, but like I say, I was trying out a new scope from Skywatcher, the Pro 120 ED, and it just does not have enough in focus to focus that big white light wedge from Meade and the camera. So you can have to get a 1 1/4 inch white light wedge and put it in there, and it probably would focus. But we'll have to do that another day because I was trying this out, and this is the equipment I have. So we'll just enjoy some hydrogen alpha. So let's move around the sun a little bit, see what other features we can find. There's the south pole of the sun. You might say boring, but there's nothing boring about a gigantic ball of hydrogen plasma. The western limb, eastern limb. There's a lot of good stuff there. What's all that noise you say? That is the city of Atlanta. All right, let's take one more video and then we'll call her quits. Can't tell if I like it better with the spicules and the prominences or highlighting the surface details. I like it both ways, to be honest with you. So we'll take one more here. If you haven't heard of the Charlie Bates Solar Astronomy Project, we're the world's largest solar astronomy outreach program. We have people all over the U.S. and in 27 countries that teach solar astronomy to try to make the world a better place. Our main website is solarastronomy.org. We do most of our business on Facebook on our group page, Charlie Bates Solar Astronomy Project. We're sponsored by the fantastic folks over at Meade Coronado Solar Telescopes, Skywatcher USA, Celestron, and Rainbow Symphony. And we are a 501c3 nonprofit. So I do appreciate your time, and I hope you've enjoyed our live broadcast today of the sun. We're going to wrap things up and say thanks for watching.